Beth Upton, Dr Beth Upton, I don't know what his real name is a bloke, he's a doctor, a GP up in, a hospital doctor up in Scotland. Well, he took it upon himself to, transition and say that he was now a woman. And he goes into, he kept going into the female changing rooms in a hospital up in Fife. And a nurse called Sandy Peggy said, "Get out of our space." She ends up getting suspended. And she's now back at work, but on special duties, so she doesn't bump into Beth Upton. The thing about Beth Upton, he's a doctor. And he said in this tribunal case, there's this case going on now, which is very, very key, by the way. It's going to be the whole the eyes of the whole world are on this case. He said, "I'm biologically a female." And so it was sort of pointed out, well, you're a doctor, you're actually not. And he said, "Oh, well, the term biology, it's fairly meaningless." I mean, when you get a doctor saying something like that, it's kind of worrying, isn't it?
It is worrying, but we knew this was coming because it's been, in biology, in universities, they've got this nonsense. And I've talked to trainee doctors where they are doing some of their training without sort of referring to male and female. So, like, he's a really fine example of what we should be very, very, very fearful of. Because let's face it, he's still, I assume he's still using the female changing room, even if Sandy Peggy isn't subjected to having to share with him. But he's also treating patients, and those patients are having to pretend in front of them is a female doctor. That's not just him, that's nurses up and down the country that are men pretending to be women. There was a woman I spoke to recently, the chaperone that came to escort her in an internal exam when she was with a male doctor. That was a man in a dress. So, I mean, these are really worrying times, and this is because the Conservative government was so weak, and now the Labour government, I think, are going to be so much worse. So we need an end to this. I think we need to stop allowing people in positions of real trust, dealing with vulnerable people. We need to stop allowing them to be able to lie about their sex at work and demand that everybody else lies too.
Absolutely. Well, as you say on your shirt there, Kelly, hold the line, keep up the fight. Really great to talk to you again, and come on again soon. Kellie Jay Keen there, lead